Alright, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Firebox Breaks. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another episode of Mashup Monday. And for this one, we have some pretty cool packs here. We are just going to go right through and showcase them. There are some very high potential packs in there. And of course, some recently added packs by way of 2025. So, what are they? Well, let's look at these. We have the 2014-15 Upper Deck Series 1 right there because we are chasing another top prospect from the Oilers there. 2019-20 MVP, that'll probably go first. 21-22 Allure Hockey, that is from a blister pack. 23-24 Extended Series, we are still on the chase for one of those big rookies there. 24-25 Extended Series and 25 National Hockey Card Day right there. So these will likely start us off, and we will go in this particular order right there. Maybe we will find a massive card in there. Now, we did leave off with a Silver Outburst Young Gun of Macklin Celebrini in the last episode, which was practically 4 weeks ago. Well, who's counting? Here we are, MVP. We are starting off with another pack. And of course, if you are happy to see me, well, definitely it's good to be back here. Chris Tierney, MVP. We've got Tomas Hertl right there. We've got a Vitaly Abramov. That is a rookie card. That'll be part of the recap there. Thomas Greiss and Keith Yandel there. Of course, we don't want to see any of these teams, particularly that one there. And of course, we all know what happened a few weeks ago. We will not talk about that. Another dreadful result. But here we are. That's part of the reason why I didn't want to do any videos. 2025 National Hockey Card Day. Just absorbing the results and seeing what, as a fan, you go the full series only to be limited to somewhat of a mediocre celebration. No big highlights there, of course. Sebastian Aho right there. We've got a Dominant Rookies, Gavin Brindley, pretty cool card. Legends on Ice, Mario Lemieux. We've got Connor McDavid. Definitely will be looking at lifting a cup at some point. Logan Stankoven, and there is the checklist. Now, obviously believe that to be true, and that's the hard part of being an Oilers fan. You get so far as mentioned, and you only get basically a consolation prize. So we are going to pick our jaws up off the floor and continue on with life, and that's the way it goes. So here we are. All right, so Firebox Breaks as well. I had a cold and still have somewhat of a cold, but I was losing interest in the hobby, and it's not based on the rookies. I mean, to some degree, yes, but I mean, maybe you spend a lot of money and you just sort of grow out of favor there. Here we are. We've got Andrei Vasilevsky, and that could very well be it. Austin Matthews. I've seen some other channels sort of take a hiatus as well. Jake Gensel. Tomas Hertl. Maybe the same thing can be said there. Maxime Comtois. We've got a Mitch Marner right there over in the desert now. Tim Stützle. And we've got a rookie card of Jeremy Swayman. Talk about the Oilers trying to pick him up. And Arttu Ristolainen right there. So a couple of rookie cards that'll go in the recap there. So just double checking. I think the only thing we may have missed is maybe a rainbow, but nothing too spectacular. Just some regular base cards. All right, there we are. Jeremy Swayman as an Oiler would be pretty solid. But we have to make some room, and there's got to be some salary shed somewhere to make that possible. Here we are. We've got the 2024-25 Extended Series. As mentioned, we did get the Celebrini. Now, I wouldn't mind getting a Michkov or Celebrini as well, again, for the, that is not a young gun, but I don't have the retro. Darcy Kemper right there. Just going to take some cards off to the side. Natty Mac, we've got a Severson. We got a Bobrovsky right there. Don't want to talk about that team. Quinn Hughes. Now, I mean, Freddie Kachuk. You could argue that their salary's way over, and maybe that's the leniency there. I follow. We've got Patrick Maroon. We have and we're getting to the better cards, Justin Falk, but I'll comment here just a little bit here. Will Smith, that's a pretty cool card right there. What is that? That one is the, I was going to say ovation, but it's not. It's a triple. Pretty neat design. And we have a canvas. Maybe that's a canvas young gun. That would be pretty solid. Oh, and Zellweger, of course. That one is a name in the rumor mill with the Oilers. And Lafreniere. So Alexis Lafreniere. No massive hits there. I mean, that's just a basic output of cards. But what can you do? I mean, that's extended series. I believe I spent about $12 for that. That was at a hobby shop. Now, this one here was sitting in my collection for quite some time. And as mentioned, I bought a few, what would have been up-to-date cards or packs. They did not get open, and they sat there. So here we are, Matt Nieto. But part of the reason as well is so many packs are coming out, or series come out. And, I mean, at one point in time, I was trying to keep up with the hobby and build some sets. But not the case today. Obviously, need a lot of money for that. But here we are. We've got a silver skates, and this one is. That should be, okay, that should be, yeah, Shesterkin, yes. Oh, we've got a couple of cards there. Weinberg, we've got behind there. Oh, we've got one of those retro young guns as well. We got Seeing Red. And this is Andrei Kuzmenko. But do we get a big name back there? No. Leo Carlson, that's not bad actually. Young guns. He's a top name there other than Connor Bedard. But hey, that is awesome. Leo Carlson, that'll definitely be one of the cards that will definitely be in the showcase. Now, if not, could we get a massive young gun here to take that Leo Carlson out? But hey, that's a good hit. Carlson is a good name. And first of all, we need to know if we've got a young gun. And I think we might. We might actually have a young gun there. Yep. Okay. Here we are. We got Brendan Gallagher. We've got a David Krejci. This is a $20 pack, mind you. So at Imperial Gardens in Grand Prairie, Northern Alberta, Tanner Pearson. Matt Carl. We've got a Zach Kassian with the Canucks, more known with the Oilers. TJ Oshie. And we've got a Derek Brassard. We need to hit a Edmonton Oiler. That would be pretty solid. And I don't know if that's a young gun of... Nope, that's not... Draisaitl, that is a Canadian. Now, who would that be? Yuri Sekic. Young guns, but we were ever so close. 229, I think. Draisaitl might be 227, somewhere in there. So a couple numbers off. But there we are. We've got a young gun nonetheless. And we will put that in the throwback there. But I've got my cards in order as to which ones are top of the line and which ones are basically average. But anyway, if you are just joining on here, welcome back to Firebox Breaks. This is what we pulled in the Mashup Monday recap. Vitaly Abramov. We've got the dominant rookies or prominent rookies, Stankoven. We've got a Gavin Brindley. Ristolainen. We've got Jeremy Swayman. We've got a Lafreniere canvas. Zellweger, pretty cool. Rookie reflections right there. A lot of foil action. Will Smith. We've got a Shesterkin. Kuzmenko. Sekic, as you just saw. But the hit of the break, in my honest and humble opinion, Leo Carlson right there. The retro young gun from the Connor Bedard year. No Bedard, but hey, we've got a pretty solid output of rookie cards there. And some inserts. So you let me know which card was your favorite. Do you agree? If not. And welcome back to Firebox Breaks. If you were wondering what happened to me, well, as I said, just wanted to take some time off, you know, save some money and just relax. And of course, I got through a cold and I figured why not do a video and get back in the YouTube. So we'll leave it there. I'll comment further in other videos. But nice to see you once again. So like, comment, and subscribe for all that good stuff. And as always, I'll be back with more content in the near future. Until then, bye for now.